What's good, YouTube? It's your boy JusticeXFalls. We back at it again with another video, and today we're looking at everything we need to know before Spider-Man 2 comes out. It comes out in what, 2 weeks? Like next week or some shit? It comes out on the 20th or whatever, I believe. So yeah, so we're gonna look into that. And yeah, I'm sorry for the noise outside. They're mowing the lawn and all that shit and doing all the landscaping and all that. My fault. So let's get into the video. Hopefully you don't hear it too much in the background.
From Ratchet & Clank to several recent Spider-Man entries, you'd be hard-pressed to find a PlayStation studio more prolific in the PS5 era than Insomniac, and that portfolio grows this week with Spider-Man 2. But it's been a few years since we've last seen our Spider-Men. It's been a while since we've seen Peter and Miles. So here's a quick rundown of everything we know about Spider-Man 2 before it launches on October 20th. Keep in mind
graphics
that we'll be
go
going over
crazy
events that happened in previous Spider-Man games. So full spoilers for Spider-Man 2018 and Miles Morales.
I'm ready. I already beat it. I did Miles Morales on stream. Well, not on stream, but it's on this channel. Y'all can go check that out.
While Peter and Miles will still be based in Manhattan for this new Spider-Man adventure, new boroughs have been added to the world map, namely Brooklyn and Queens. Queens is far more residential than the skyscraper-filled Manhattan.
Time out. They made it a strip. They made this shit a strip, like it's Manhattan.
While Peter and Miles will still be based in Manhattan for this new Spider-Man adventure, new boroughs have been added to the world map.
That's not even how it's laid out. I mean, it's more like why it's like longer going. Like if they would have took this, turned it to the side, and then took this and kind of like flattened it out a little bit more, then it would have been a little more accurate. And there's really not many bridges in between there. There is a body of water, but there's not like a big enough body of water to where like you need a long ass bridge like that to between Staten Island and between Brooklyn and Queens, because you got the Bronx, like you got the Bronx up top. You got the Bronx is above. For those of you that don't know New York, the Bronx that's where I'm from. It's above Manhattan, but it also connects to Queens. So this is kind of accurate. This in here, that's kind of accurate. That's like masked. That's like the jail and shit. And then this kind of vibe down here is kind of accurate. But yeah, I thought they was gonna make it like more frame to frame accurate, like they kind of tried to do in Manhattan, but not really. Oh well.
Namely Brooklyn and Queens. Queens is far more residential than the skyscraper-filled Manhattan, and Brooklyn is where Miles goes to school. The addition of these new areas roughly doubles the map size, and the map was already pretty big, so make sure to stretch your swinging arm. Although swinging isn't the only way we'll be getting around this time. With several of the boroughs changing the vertical landscape of your traversal area, Peter and Miles now have a new tool in their arsenals, the web wings. In our hands-on preview, we found the web wings to be far more of a glider than actual wings, so you'll still need to use your web zip to maintain
There's a Guggenheim.
or find a than actual wings. So you'll
For those of you that don't know, that's a very famous museum right there. That's a model of the Guggenheim Museum. So if you've ever heard of Guggenheim, or maybe you heard a rapper say it, or somebody mentioned it in a song, that's what this building is modeled after. So on the it's like on the west side, lower west side, or like near Midtown, I forgot.
Still need to use your web zip to maintain speed or find a wind tunnel that will greatly accelerate your current Spider-Man. Another new traversal option is the slingshot. Set points throughout the city that let you catapult yourself to great distance to give your traversal a head start. And on top of all this, dating all the way back to the first reveal trailer for Spider-Man 2, we've already seen Peter and Miles performing dual takedowns of enemies, so we know they'll be able to fight together in some capacity, even if it's just added visual flair and doesn't affect the combat too much. What will affect the combat is Peter's new symbiote powers. In the gameplay reveal trailer, we see him throw out a giant punch using his symbiote, a new method of launching multiple enemies into the air, and it looks to be a parry rather than just dodging.
A whole lot.
He also grabs several enemies at once and slams them on the ground, instantly defeating them all. Fun stuff. You'll also be able to instantly switch to Miles, something that now doesn't require a loading screen thanks to new tech powering Spider-Man 2.
I'm digging that.
Spider-Man 2 is the first Spider-Man game to be made ground up for the PS5, as all the previous entries had PS4 versions. With the limitations of previous hardware removed, what kind of technical upgrades can we expect? For one, ray tracing across all graphics modes. Insomniac has been at the forefront of RT implementation across their various Spider-Man games, as the PS5 versions have been consistently updated with new graphical improvements. But while the previous games offered a high frame rate mode with ray tracing off, Insomniac's Mike Fitzgerald in an interview with IGN said, "We had fidelity mode, which had the full 4K and ray trace reflections, and then we had the performance mode, which turned the ray tracing off, and then we added the performance RT mode, which was trying to be the best of both. There's no mode in this game that has ray tracing turned off. There's no need for it. We've really figured out how to deliver what we feel is the right Spider-Man visuals."
Had to burp myself just
Aside from graphical improvements, the PS5's SSD, or solid-state drive, allows for gameplay changes as well. With the web wings, you can now move about 3 times faster throughout the city, and can switch between Peter and Miles almost seamlessly. There's also near-instant fast travel, with the only waiting consisting of watching Peter or Miles do a cool animation for you to get back into the action.
Took a page out of GTA 4's book. I mean GTA 5's book. I see what they did. I see how they did that.
As befitting of the title, the most important characters are our 2 central Spider-Mens. Peter is still mourning the loss of Aunt May at the end of the first Spider-Man game, and Miles is mourning the loss of his father at the hands of Martin Lee, aka Mr. Negative. An old adage for Spider-Man across the different authors of the character is that when Spider-Man wins, Peter Parker loses, and that appears to still be the case here for both of our heroes. Miles is struggling with balance, as in our preview he's trying to write his college entrance essay while New York constantly needs saving. Peter is sporting the powerful symbiote suit that enhances his strength, but also increases his aggression, which he possibly gets from his best friend, Harry Osborn. Harry has been unconscious and undergoing treatment for a genetic disease that killed his mother, and that treatment seems to be using the alien symbiote more commonly known as Venom, who we've also seen in the marketing materials. Harry seems to be awake now and is eager to heal the world. Could this new Venom have Harry as the host this time around? Brian Intihar, senior creative director at Insomniac, specifically said during Summer Game Fest that Venom is not Eddie Brock like in the...
Yeah, I was gonna mention that. I was gonna mention this. Like Venom, this Venom is not gonna be Eddie Brock. It's gonna be probably Harry or somebody.
Comics. So it just really seems to be pointing towards Harry.
Yeah.
Or is that a red herring? It could be the worst case scenario, and Kraven the Hunter, one of the marquee villains for Spider-Man 2, gains this terrifying new power.
That's
Kraven
scary.
is already a more than even match for Spider-Man in the comics, giving his supernatural strength and senses, and he would be a truly formidable opponent if he dons the symbiote. I guess we'll have to see when the game launches, but for now, we know he's grown bored of hunting his current opponents and has decided to come to New York to hunt a new kind of game. The screen he's presented within the gameplay reveal trailer shows Black Cat, Prowler, Wraith, Tombstone, and our Spider-Man, so we know he's intrigued by one, or maybe all of them. We're guessing all of them. In any case, we know he'll be a major obstacle for Peter and Miles to overcome, no matter what form he takes. We also know that the Lizard, or as he probably prefers to be called, Dr. Kurt Connors, at some point loses control and transforms back into the giant monster we know and love, and Kraven really wants to hunt him.
I think that guy wants to hunt me.
Naturally, both Spider-Man needs to step in and stop him. We're also pretty sure that this is Mysterio, if the purple and green swag are any indication, so we can probably expect some strange illusionary gameplay segments, not unlike Scorpion segments in the first game.
Yeah, that was weird as hell.
There's no PS4 version this time around, but Spider-Man 2 does have several...
There shouldn't be, and I'm going to keep saying it. Keep saying it like I've been saying it. Get your money up. It's time to get a PS5. You're a gamer. You know this habit is very expensive. Get your money up. Get a PS5. Stop complaining that games aren't coming out for systems that have been out since 2013, 2014. Stop it. Stop.
Different options or bundles that you can purchase. There's the standard edition for $70 or the digital deluxe edition for $10 more, which includes 10 more suits overall, additional photo mode items, 2 extra skill points, and more. If you like your extras to come in the physical variety, there's also the collector's edition, which includes a steelbook case, a digital copy of the game, 19 inches of Venom, and the previously mentioned digital deluxe content. The collector's edition costs $230. If that's still not enough Spider-Mens for you, there's also the limited edition bundle, if it's still available, that includes a PS5 with a Blu-ray drive and custom Spider-Man 2 faceplates, a custom Spider-Man DualSense controller, and a digital copy of Spider-Man 2, all for $600.
Whoa. Okay,
well,
PS5.
That's all we have for everything we know about Spider-Man 2 before its big release on October 20th. There are plenty more roads we can go down, including Lizard's involvement in all this, who exactly Wraith is, and all sorts of fun rabbit trails and rumors, but we'll only be able to know exactly where that stuff leads for sure when playing the game on October 20th. What are you most excited for in Spider-Man 2? Make sure to let us know in the comments below, and for everything else gaming, you're already in the right place, IGN.
IGN. Yeah, this game is gonna be so fire. Like, I like that they expanded the map. I like that you could. That's one question I had. If you could pick when you want to change between, I wasn't talking to you, Alexa. Yeah. So, I see, I don't lost my train of thought, but yeah, I like how they expanded the map. Brooklyn and Queens look kind of get slim compared to how they normally look, but I mean, I wasn't expecting I'm not gonna lie, I was expecting like a 1-to-1 kind of thing because that's how they did Manhattan. But I understand there's so much you can do, you know, in the game, and the game's already huge, so you don't want to make it even more huge. So I understand. You got to work with what you got to work with. I want to understand. What I would like to know, the only questions I have left is, is Venom, is it going to be Harry? Is Venom going to be Harry? They're saving that. That's going to be a big plot twist. And how does Peter get a hold of the symbiote? And does Miles get a hold of it at one point? Does it jump off of him and go to Miles? Because Miles has that, you know, he has different affinities to Spider-Man because he was bitten by a different type of spider, a lab-created spider. So who knows? So y'all let me know what y'all think, though. So this game comes out on the 20th. We definitely going to be adding it into the rotation. So don't even worry about that. It's definitely going to be added. So just stay tuned for that. So you already know the vibes. Like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. It's your boy JusticeXFalls, and we out. One.